This Bluetooth headset's designed for you to wear all day. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. This is the Kensington H3000 Bluetooth over-ear headset. Now, Kensington makes really solid work accessories and devices for people that are on phone calls all the time, mice, trackpads, keyboards, but you might not think of them as making audiophile gear. But that's exactly what these are, even though you wouldn't think so. So they feature and are powered by 40mm neodymium drivers that give you really nice sound, surprisingly nice. And it's Bluetooth 5.2 multi-point, which is very modern, and that gives you 8 different devices you can pair to with any 2 active at the same time, which means if you're working in a call center, you can have these paired to both your computer and your phone. So obviously, if you're working from home, same thing. You can do it with your laptop and your smartphone, and then just use whichever device you need at the time. Now, one of the best features of this for people that are going to be wearing it for hours on end is that it actually features cooling gel ear pads. Because the fact is that having these on your ears for hours on end can end up with your ears getting a little hot and sweaty, and it's not very comfortable. Those of you that wear earphones or headphones a lot or headsets a lot know exactly what I'm talking about. So they've anticipated that. Now, there's also a lot of really nice functionality pieces. So it has a busy light. So if someone looks over at you, they can see, you're on a call, but you're not talking right now. Or you're off a call, even though your headset's on and your microphone is right in front of your mouth. And battery life, this is really ridiculous. There are 60 hours of battery if you're just listening to music, in other words, not using the microphone. But if you're on calls, it still gives you 40 hours of battery life on a single charge. And a 15-minute charge will give you 8 more hours of use. Super easy to work with. You charge it via USB-C, comes with a cable. In fact, let me give you a quick tour because really all the functionality is put onto the right earpiece. So on the back, you can see there is a pretty standard 4-direction control, and most of what you'll be doing is the button in the middle, which is pause, play, or answer, hang up, things like that. But then there's these 3 features along the edge that let you have power on and off, and I like having a very solid power switch so you know, is it on or have I turned it off to conserve battery? Along with a Bluetooth pairing button and of course that USB-C charging connector. Now, if your headset actually runs out of power, you can plug it in and charge it while you're using it. That's another great feature. So if you just have to be on the call 24/7, well, hopefully not 24/7, but you just have to be available all the time, then even if it's saying running low on power, you can plug it in and just keep working. And then after like 30 minutes or so, you can unplug it, probably even 10 minutes actually, and then get back to work. And then at the end of the day, just plug it in and let it get a full charge. Super easy. It also features passive noise canceling, and we're going to test that. So what that means is that while the passive noise canceling is because you have these over your ears and they make a seal, but they also have what I meant to say was ENC, which is environmental noise canceling, and that eliminates background sound on the microphone. And we're going to have a way of testing that. Kensington says up to 90%. So let's go ahead and do that recording. And so what's going to happen is that I am now talking and recording what the boom mic is hearing. So if I tilt it up, tilt it back down, I'm unmuted. I heard it say muted, unmuted. But this is me talking in a very quiet environment. Let's give it some background noise. So now it's like I'm in the factory, and we can even turn the volume up a little bit. So I'm in the really loud environment and I want to keep talking to someone, and you can hear how it manages to remove some of that background noise by me not talking for a second. So it does a pretty solid job. Now, let me stop the recording and let me get back on camera with my regular microphone. And so that's it. That's the recording of your voice, which of course is a really critical feature for these particular over-ear headset. But I want to talk about the audio reproduction too, because I put these on and then I went and listened to a lot of movie soundtracks. So I went and listened to, what was it? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy soundtrack. Really fun, silly soundtrack, but all the bass, all the highs, the weird instrument sounds, all of it was very well reproduced by these. The only observation I would make is you do end up turning the volume up pretty high, so they're not super duper efficient, but I think that's actually a positive, because that means if you have it really loud, or you're on a call and someone's yelling because they're really upset, then it's going to protect your ears and you're not going to actually have it be quite so loud in your head. So they definitely get loud, but they don't get monster loud, which is a good thing. These probably would work okay as gaming headsets, really not designed for that, but that's the same set of functions and features. So 10 ounces, comes with a 2-year warranty because Kensington stands behind their gear. I have a lot of Kensington gear. And the only thing else I can tell you is that there is a bunch of stuff in the box. So it comes with this hard shell carrying case, and not generally a fan of these, but if you need to move around, it's not a bad way to carry them. Has a dongle. If you have a PC, for example, that doesn't have Bluetooth, this will give you that feature with USB-A, which is the rectangle connection. And of course, it comes with a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, which is what you want. And then finally, also in the box is some documents and warranty and user guide and stuff. And that's really everything. There's not much else to talk about here. I think the design is it's uninspired, but it's certainly entirely functional. They're very comfortable. I really, really like the tilt up to mute. And by the way, if you prefer having everything on your left ear, it is reversible, so you can certainly have the microphone off your right and then the controls on the left. The only difference being that then your right ear will be on the left ear cup will be on the right ear and vice versa. So if you have stereo music you're listening to where you need to get the right ear in the right, your right ear, then that would be a little weird, but really for 99% of people it doesn't matter. And certainly if you're on a phone call, then it absolutely doesn't matter. And when I say phone call, I should say anything to do with audio. So Zoom and Skype and Microsoft Teams and Google Meet and Blue Jeans and any of those systems. If you're on FaceTime on a phone, because I have it paired to my iPhone 14 Pro, then I could use this on FaceTime. That would work perfectly well too. It's just a Bluetooth microphone and Bluetooth headphones. So really extraordinary flexibility. I really like them. So we do need to talk about the price, but before we get to the price, I'm going to ask if you could please subscribe to my channel, a click or a tap on subscribe and that little bell icon so you get notifications, then we're connected. And if you found this useful and interesting, I'm always happy to get a like from you. And if you didn't, leave me a comment and tell me what you wish I would have covered. Always happy to get that feedback too. All right. These are the Kensington H3000 Bluetooth over-ear headset, and they are $109.99 at kensington.com. You can also find them on Amazon and other outlets, but I found the Kensington site to actually be the least expensive. Do your own comparison shopping, but imagine these are about $110, and they're a pretty solid option for that, particularly if you spend a lot of time on Zoom calls, on conference calls, or even just talking to someone on regular telephone calls. Really a nice option. That's all I got. I'm going to go back to my music soundtracks, so I'll have to catch you in my next video.